Hello everyone, welcome back to Believers IAS Academy. This is Prelims Hacks topic of the day series. In this series, we will be discussing important topics that have more high probability of being asked in 2025 prelims. In this aspect, today's topic is about Swami Dayanand Saraswati. We will see why he was in news recently. So, Swami Dayanand Saraswati was born in 18 February 1824. So, in 2024, he celebrated, or his birth anniversary was celebrated for the 200th year. As a result, he was in news. Okay. In Morvi, Kathiawar of Gujarat. Original name of Dayanand Saraswati was Pandit Mula Shankara. Education: studied Panini's grammar and Patanjali's philosophy under Swami Virajananda Saraswati in Mathura. Virajananda Saraswati is his guru. And literary works of Pandit Dayananda Saraswati was Satyartha Prakasha, which was in Hindi. His most famous work advocating a return to Vedic principle, and then Veda Bhashya Bhumika, which is an introduction to his Vedic commentary, and then there is Veda Bhashya, which is a Sanskrit commentary on the Yajurveda. Okay, Satyartha Prakash, Veda Bhashya Bhumika, Veda Bhashya. These are the three books written by Pandit Dayananda Saraswati. There is one more book, Satyartha Prakashika. Satyartha Prakashika. This is written by someone else. I forgot his name. This was written by some other person. So don't confuse Satyartha Prakashika with Satyartha Prakash. Okay? So just for you to understand. About philosophy and the reforms of Dayananda Saraswati. He followed Vedic ideology. He denounced idolatry and rituals worship. He believed in the infallible authority of the Vedas, and he gave the famous slogan that is, "Go back to Vedas." He believed that Vedas are the ultimate source of truth. Okay? He advocated dharma as the truthfulness and impartiality. Okay, his reforms were based on denouncing idolatry and ritualistic worships, but he was a staunch believer in Vedas. Then about social reforms, in caste system, advocated merit-based caste system rather than hereditary system. Okay, he was for Varna system but against the caste system. He said that Varna system based on the merit base or occupation should be brought back instead of the caste system based on the birth. He opposed untouchability and promoted Vedic education for all the castes. Okay, for all the castes, very important point. He also propagated for women's rights. He opposed child marriage and forced widowhood. Then in education, he advocated state-sponsored compulsory education. He also introduced Anglo-Vedic schools for a modern curriculum. Okay, all these DAVs, Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools, or the courtesy of Dayananda Saraswati. Okay, then political philosophy. He advocated for enlightened monarchy based on Manusmriti with the rulers following dharma. Okay, the based on Manusmriti, it was one of the staunch criticism of Dayananda Saraswati, you can say. In social movements, cow protection movement advocated protection for cows, and in Shuddhi movement aimed at reconverting Hindus who had converted to Islam or Christianity. Okay, reconverting to Christianity or Hinduism was one of his important movement, that is Shuddhi movement. It was this aspect many people consider that led to communalism. Okay, one of the criticism of Dayananda Saraswati again. And his role in national movement, he was a very significant personality, not only as a social reformer but also as a freedom fighter and national movement. That is, he was the first to give call for Swarajya as the India for Indians in 1876, which was later taken up by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He criticized British rule and promoted Swadeshi ideals. He was for 3 S's: What are the three S's? Swarajya, Swabhasha, Swadharma. What is Swarajya or Swadeshi? One's own Rajya. We should be the rulers of our own Rajya, of our own land. And what is Swabhasha? One should have pride in his own language, his own Bhasha. He should propagate his own Bhasha. He believed that Bhasha or the language is the very basic source of culture. If you want to preserve your culture, you need to have pride in your language. And then Swadharma. This Swadharma concept was mainly against Christian missionaries and Muslims who were asking people from Hinduism to convert to their religion. Okay, he said that we should have pride in Swarajya, Swabhasha, and Swadharma. These were the three principles which became slogans in the later national movements headed by Balagangadhar Tilak. About Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj was one of the major organizations founded by Dayananda Saraswati. It was founded in 1875 and other Vedic schools. Arya Samaj was founded in Bombay with its constitution finalized in Lahore. Aim is to promote monotheistic Hindu order, rejecting ritualistic excesses and social dogmas. Okay, he was for the monotheistic. Okay, God is only one. There is monotheism should be followed, and he believed in universalism. That is, Krinvanto Vishwamaryam. That is, make the world noble. That was his major principle. Believed in universalism. If you hear Krinvanto Vishwamaryam, it is the slogan or the philosophy of Dayananda Saraswati. Then he introduced proselytization in Hinduism. Very significant. What is proselytization? Proselytization is conversion from one religion to another. Okay, this proselytization was majorly followed by Christian missionaries and Muslims initially, but through Dayanand Saraswati and through his Shuddhi movement, even Hinduism became proselytizing. Okay, and then the key principle of Arya Samaja: God is the source of pure knowledge. That is, any action should be justified based on the ethics. That is, ethical justification of an action is must. Knowledge must dispel ignorance. He opened educational institutions and orphanages. First was the Dayananda Anglo-Vedic School in Lahore in 1886, and in 1892 the Arya Samaj was split into two. One is the Gurukul group or the conservation groups headed by Swami Shraddhananda. Another one was the college group, or also called as radical wing, headed by Lala Hansaraj. Okay, main point of difference was they advocated for Indian Indian education through Sanskrit, whereas they advocated for Western education in English, so that more people become reformed, more people become updated. That was the main point of difference. As a result, group broke down into two groups. Okay, so this is about Dayananda Saraswati and related issues. If you like the video, please hit the like button, comment on the video, and also share with your friends. With this, I will end the session. Jai Hind.